Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to do a quick one for you. These are two very different knives, and I wanted to talk about them. Somehow they sort of reminded me of each other for no reason, really. Maybe the blade shape a little bit, I don't know. But yeah, I just thought it'd be interesting because this one's tiny and that one's huge. This one's production, this one's custom. So anyway, let's talk about them. This here is the JG Scout, no, JG Rover, sorry. Jason Guthrie Knives of South Africa. He actually lives in Norway, but whatever. This is a custom lefty, guys. This is a left-handed knife. I'm going to show you the chart real quick, or the certificate, COA. Rover, carbon fiber, number 23, April 2019 it was made, and it's an M390, which is really cool. Now, it's left-handed, so I can't reverse flick it because there's only a stud on one side, so that's kind of a bummer. There's a little bit of play. I think the pivot needs to be tightened because the action, the guy who owns it said it looked like it might need to just be tightened a little bit. I'm not even going to mess with it, though. But it does flick out pretty well, left-handed. You just give it a flick. Hold on. So it's not like you can easily fail it. I probably could if I tried, yeah. But it's kind of made to where, I don't know, the way the detent breaks is like a pop. So it's almost like he used a flattened detent ball. Did he? Let's zoom in and find out. Can you see? I can't tell if it's flattened, though. Doesn't look like it, right? No, it's not flattened. It's just, it's a little bigger than I would expect on a knife like this, I think. So real quick, let's take a look at this M390 hand satin that I'm absolutely destroying with my fingerprints. This is not my knife, by the way, and it is for sale, I believe. So if you're left-handed and interested, let me know. I believe $750 was the asking on this. You see that blue clip with the pattern on there. Carbon fiber is really nice. I love the pattern in there on the liner. Just really unique knife. Just a little small, right? Like that's kind of the thing here. But, if they put a stud on the other side, man, it would be awesome. It really would be. I'm not going to cut with it just because it's not mine. It's a custom and everything. The edge, it feels decent. I don't know. It doesn't seem super sharp or anything, but I'm sure it's fine. Ergonomically, it actually fits my hand pretty well. I do feel something. I don't know if it's the liner, I think, like pinching me right here. You see that? See how the liner's basically flush? So when I'm squeezing down, I think it's like pinching me a little bit. I don't know. But yeah, my main gripe with this knife, like build quality seems very good. It is super lightweight, guys. My main problem is this. Like, it just looks like somebody chopped the blade off. Like, I don't know. I just don't like it. It should have come out to here and come to a point and then just been a little longer. And that's probably what some of his knives do look like. It almost seems like they didn't want to redesign a knife to make it a small knife. They just took an existing knife and chopped it, basically. I don't know. I just don't like the blade shape. That's me personally. I've never seen a knife with a blade shape like this. But that's the Jason Guthrie Rover lefty liner lock. It's pretty cool. Again, for sale if you're interested. And then there's the Behemoth here. So this is a Marshall Noble design. You guys probably have seen the small version of this, the Goblin from Concept. It was one of the few Goblins, one of the few concepts that I tried early on in the channel that I really liked. It just was so damn small, and this is so damn big. It's obnoxious. I have a large glove size hand, and like, yeah, it's not too big really there, but if I climb up here, it's not outrageous. Like if I show you my Forest, if I climb up here, I probably have the same amount sticking out, right? I mean, but look how much fatter this thing is. It's just a big chunker. Like, did they need to get, like, I feel like instead of, I don't know, I could be crazy here, but I feel like instead of just designing it to be a 3.5-inch knife, because I think that's all this is. It's not really like huge in the sense that it's like a 4-inch blade. See? 3.5-inch blade on this guy. But instead of like designing it to be a 3.5-inch knife, what they did was they scaled it from the mini up to a 3.5-inch knife. And that's a completely different process than taking the design and being like, okay, let's make that 3.5 inches. Because I feel like they could have brought this down to here, right? You could have made this to here, the handle across, and then you just slim everything down a little bit. And I think this would be an awesome knife if they had done that. For me personally, I'm just not that excited about this one in particular. I love the small Goblin, like I said, and I don't know Marshall Noble. I haven't talked to him. Jared Neve sent me this, and I'm sending it back to Marshall after. This is a prototype of the XL. And obviously, I have no issue with Marshall or anything like that. I'm just stating, for me personally, this is just too chunky. Like, it's just too tall. And for me, it would have been awesome if it was just a, shorter knife in this aspect all the way across, But it does feel pretty good in the hand for being so big like that. I wouldn't be able to carry this. It's just so huge. The front flipper, the detent is a bit light as well on this knife. The reverse flick works pretty well, actually. And you can see there, lock bar pressure is an issue, but you can just stay on the clip as a lefty. And because of how big the knife is, it kind of works out that way, where you're usually in that position anyway. But yeah, I mean, it's a cool knife. I get it. But just not for me, I guess. Let me cut with it. Okay, let's try this. Probably against the grain or whatever people always tell me. Yeah, I don't know how many people had this before me. I think Stasa and Jared did. So maybe they cut with it a bit. But it doesn't feel like the greatest edge on there. But again, prototype, yeah, it feels kind of dirty, if that makes sense. I don't know. That's a dumb statement. But action drops shut pretty well. And you'd think it would for this giant thing. And it does. And, yeah, the front flipper for me is not that nice. It's not preferred because I have to climb all the way up the handle to get enough leverage. And then I still feel like I'm not getting enough to whip it out with the detent. But then the reverse flick feels pretty good, so I don't know. I think the detent is fine. I think it's just the way this front flipper is that doesn't, the jimping doesn't travel around, which is one thing. If it traveled all the way up and around, I feel like I'd be able to get a better grasp on it. But it's deploying before I even get to that. So I don't know. Maybe it's just me not knowing how to flip this thing. But it's huge and it's cool. You know what I mean? Here, I'll compare it to their other huge knife. The Shikari. So it's not as big as the Shikari. It's just really fat. You know what I mean? It's a fat one. This knife likes to eat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's that lefty Rover again. So that's it, guys. I just want to talk about these two random knives that are extremely different. That was kind of my idea there. And I went with it. So I appreciate you guys watching. I love you all so much. If you don't mind, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, notification bell, all that stuff, so you don't miss anything. I'm pumping out content, usually 2 videos a day if I can. Yeah, I mean, it helps a lot if you guys subscribe, obviously. And I just love you guys a lot. I really appreciate the support. And I don't know. I enjoy interacting with all you guys so much. It's a blast. So anyway, love you guys. Hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. And I will catch you later.